Oh, dear viewer or viewers. So this one was also another fascinating one I wanted to get into. A lot of detail it looks like in this one. Very, fairly long. Uh, this one was written by Anoni Dream Girl. I fought in war against Russia, and they had Federation war visors that looked like Eyebots. Super vivid dream with so many thoughts. I can't really remember how I got there, but it was some long journey to find the correct way to get to the war zone. I was behind enemy lines. I was kitted out in USA military uniform, a cool gun, etc. Everything about it reminded me of the old PS3 game MAG, Scout class specifically. I'm like ducking behind a car. I'm looking for something, and then I look behind me, and there's an enemy Russian soldier with like normal Russian military uniform. But she has what looks like an Eyebot from the Fallout series on her head. The only difference is the front graded thing is a screen that's transparent but also displays info about environment. I remember reading cloak and green text on the bottom left of the screen looking at her. I remember having all of these thoughts about it. Not scared or in a hurry. It was a weird state of mind. I had this intuitive understanding, like an explanation in my head. Federation war visors, not Russian Federation, like different timeline Federation, were impossible technology, but looked possible enough so that they could exist, and that was incorrect. They had many modes and features that would not work in this timeline. But a few things would work, so I needed to destroy it due to it being impossible. I shot at her with my silenced assault rifle until the clip was empty. But it was like my bullets would approach and then somehow go to the other side of her. Impossible to be hit by normal bullets. I go for a tiny pistol as my backup weapon, and I draw it and look at it. It has ping gun resist with a black fist painted on it like a stamp. The ping gun, I remember thinking, is pretty much useless in this timeline. It works without bullets, but rather slowly destroys itself with each firing and shoots what is practically fine gauge needles. However, as I pull it up and point it at the war visor, it's like the visor becomes changed. The screen on its functions as a zoom for physics itself somehow now. So these tiny needles will turn into bigger bullets as it hits the screen, making it actually capable of lethal force. I shoot at her several times, miss a few shots, hit a few. I have to hit her like 6 times before she dies. All in the head. I remember her saying as I'm shooting her, "Why would you do this? I'm supposed to be undetectable." When she falls over, I put my gun down and look at my right hand. It has this wild animated tattoo of a yellow lightning bolt traveling constantly from the back of my fingers to my wrist. And there is black text superimposed on it saying, "Certified." That stays still. I think it's so effed up that it's come to this. I then go to the body of the person because the visor needs to be destroyed. I hold it in my hands, but it's like it has no weight. It'll kinda just stay wherever I put it, floating there. It has a weird dial on the right hand side of it, and I flip through it as a menu. I see the option template, and I push it. And then the war visor changes from a pale dark green color into this super shiny, think like an Eyebot made of mercury, metal color. I go through the options again and find overshine. I think, damn, I've got no idea what this will do in this timeline, but it'll definitely destroy it. I push that option and then place the helmet down on the ground, barely under a car, so that if it floats up, it'll hit the car. I start hearing beeping that has like high-pitched words with a whirl effect in its syllable rhythm to the beeping Federation. You are treason. You are lightning. Now we all know your position and your timeline. And then brackets my name. I then hear the words stop and the beeping speed up. I'm walking away because I think it might create a black hole or something. But then it creates a very small nuclear blast looking mushroom cloud, destroying the car absolutely and flinging some bodies against a wall nearby covered in black soot and ash. I say out loud, holy shit. So how it collapses. But that's how it collapses. Well, I guess now we all know. Then I wake up. So I loved that dream because it's just very in-depth, very like a lot of detail. And they even like made a picture here of one of the bots, the Eyebots and stuff, which a very good drawing of it actually. I always think I try to draw things from my dreams sometimes, but it's always hard to like get the details down because obviously in a dream sometimes things are constantly moving and shifting, and like sometimes I can make out the outlines of certain objects and stuff when I try to draw them, but it's like when I try to draw the details, it's like it's not exactly accurate, or what's the word I'm looking for, whatever surface or whatever like whatever it's like made of or something like that, or material or something. It's like I can't grasp it's like I can't grasp exactly what it is, and sometimes these things will be nearly impossible to draw. Sometimes there's certain things in my dreams that are just so there's this one I had, and I even talked about it and one of my past dream entries. It was one that I had a while back ago, and I even drew a picture in my dream diary, but it was a rough sketch, and it's obviously nothing like the actual vision in the dream. It was like this mutating almost like ball of like living tissue and like organs, and but it also had like, it was enmeshed with like robotics and stuff like this, and circuitry, and it was like just nearly impossible. Like, it was almost like morphing in a way. And that's the thing about dreams. It's like sometimes your imagination will just conjure up the wildest things, and even trying to draw it when you wake up, it's like we forget a lot of like the details in our dreams, and sometimes, most of the time, we forget most of the dream in the first minute of waking up. So it's like it's nearly impossible to write down like detailed stuff about the dreams and stuff like that, unless it's like a very lucid dream like this one in this case. But some people just have the gift of dream memory recall, and like I've written down some details about my dreams, and like I feel like I have pretty good dream memory recall, but some people have like really good dream memory recall and can actually like get even better details about their dreams and stuff like this one here. And just like reading back like just the whole like describing the dream setting itself about like a PS3 game, about a war game and stuff. I feel like maybe that's part of like the inspiration behind the dream itself. And just like the technology that the enemy was using and stuff. And just all the details and stuff about that. And even like describing like the Eyebot and like the visor and stuff. And about how like all the like the text and stuff that came up. And it's just like yeah, it's just really, really good recall, I'll say. But yeah, the peen gun was really interesting, I thought too, because that right there, I've never heard of that, and maybe that's a reference to something, but I don't know. Like sometimes in our dreams, we will make up things that will be like nearly impossible. It's not going to be possible in real life. Like there's just no way that certain things in our dreams are going to work in real life. And the peen gun I thought was just fascinating because it was like a gun. It degrades as you shoot, but the bullets are like little itty bitty tiny needles, but they grow once they hit the target. And I thought that was fascinating because that right there is like an ingenious like way to get through like armor and stuff. And like she dreamed up like a weapon that could defeat her enemy. And that's also, see, that's a thing that I talk about in my dreams and stuff. It's like sometimes I'll dream up stuff where I'll dream up this impossible, like seemingly impossible weapon or device that will help me solve a puzzle or defeat an enemy. And it's like it's like, yeah, in our rational minds when we wake up and we're like, how in the hell could something like that possibly ever exist? But then we think about it and it's like yes, it could exist, but also it's like mind bending, But yeah, even her going through the interface was really cool. Like just the details of like going through the menu when she defeated her enemy and was looking through the visor and stuff. And then like it exploding and stuff and like giving all these crazy messages. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. See, these are the coolest ones. Like the very like detailed, like long, the very long detailed dreams. Another favorite of mine that I had written a while back ago from another user on Reddit was about these train station, like these high tech train station like cities. And if you want to go back. Like it's just entitled Train Station Cities on my channel. Like you just look back and you can even go into the Dream Entries playlist and find it there. Because I have a playlist for all of these set up on my YouTube channel. But that one's very in-depth like this one. It's almost based around war too. Like a wartime setting. And it's got a lot of like detail in it and stuff, and it's very fascinating the way they just describe like the train station cities as being like massive like centers, and like these trains are like massive themselves that come through and they're like almost moving cities. and like the whole war that it's like a 4-part like saga. But like I boil it all down into like one video, and then give my interpretation after. But no, I love these kind of like very detailed dreams, long and detailed dreams. Like I try to find these, but these are not easy to come by on Reddit. Like I said, dream memory recall, especially good dream memory recall, is difficult for anybody. Um, and like anybody can get better at dream memory recall. You just have to write down your dreams. And the fascinating thing about my dreams and stuff is that as I started writing down my dreams in my diary, I started to have more detailed dreams. And that's the thing. It's almost like working out. It's almost like working out a muscle in your brain. It's not a muscle, but it's almost like you start to develop a better sense of lucid dreaming in itself. It's almost like you develop almost like a narrative as you enter the dream state. You almost develop this ability to spot details in a dream. As you start to write dreams down, you'll start to spot details, and I'm getting better at it as I've been writing my dreams down. Like I'm getting better at spotting details. Um, and that's the thing about dreams. It's like uh, they're just very, most of the time they're just very like unpredictable. And like I said, sometimes you'll be driving a car, for example, and the car will change from a 1970s model car to like a newer model pickup truck. And you're flying through a city escaping police, and it's like all this chaos happens, and then you're jumping from one scene to another, and it's like you end up in like a totally different scene. You're not even driving a car anymore, and you're just swimming under the water. See, that's how crazy dreams can get sometimes. But that's why I love dreams. Um, I love hearing about dreams. I love reading people's entries on Reddit about dreams. I love like interpreting dreams. I love writing my own dreams down. I love like interpreting my own dreams and like trying to figure out why I was dreaming what I was dreaming, trying to dig up details and stuff about whatever dream I was dreaming at the time. But yeah, this is a 18-minute video. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and end it here. Try to wrap up my long rant about dreams. But yeah, this will probably be the last one I do for a bit. Because I'll go ahead and make a compilation after this, and then might go back to doing regular ASMR videos. But I'll definitely do more of these. Like, these are fascinating, and I will definitely get back to these. It's just, like I said, my life gets busy sometimes, and I have a job, a full-time job, plus I have, like, things in my life that come up sometimes. And like I said, it's the holidays, so things get busy around this time of year anyways. But yeah, I'll definitely make more of these when I get the chance. I'm not saying they're not gonna happen anymore. I'm just saying that it's gonna take some time. Like I said, things take time. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one, because I definitely did. It was a fascinating dream entry. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one. You have a good day, and thank you for listening.